Hello and welcome to Nerf Quest. Today we're going to be looking at the 2021 Flip-16. The box is interesting, but let's get out of the box. In the box you get the Flip-16 itself, 2 of these Smart AR barrels, a bolt handle, and 16 of these green Elite 2.0 Elite darts. Let's put it together. Okay, first time in a while I've had to look at instructions in Nerf. So to put these barrels on, you have to have this handle pulled all the way back, so this retracts. Then you take it and you simply stick it on like that. Do the same for the other side. And there you go. And now it should be flipping. Okay. And for the bolts, this is really cool. I love how Nerf's been doing this. These are actually threadable bolts. So you just unscrew them like this. Really nice for storage, for modding, for maintenance. There's just so many nice things about thread-on bolts. So you're just gonna stick this through here. So I just wanna say, my bolt handle, this is so tight, this area, so you just push it, but it doesn't feel like it should go, but it does go. And on the other side, you just screw it on like this. Okay, now that we have it fully assembled and loaded, we're going to talk about the operations and the features. So first, really quick, this weird looking thing back here is actually the stock, and to fold it out, you push this button, you fold, you push this button, and you fold, and that is a very wobbly, untrustworthy stock, I think. It's there, I guess. I mean, you can use it, but I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't put a lot of weight on it. When it's over here, it's kind of it's a sight, I guess. Kind of a sketchy sight. Anyway, this pump down here is actually to flip the barrels. So that is what flips it. And the flipping mechanism feels very crunchy, not very smooth. Like the Flip 32 just slaps into place. It's really awesome. The Flip 8's really snappy, really easy to use. This feels definitely inferior to both of those. And this back grip isn't helping. It just feels wrong. This whole area back here, it's like it's stretching your thumb up way too high. So not a very comfortable grip. The Flip 8 has a very comfortable grip, and the Flip 32 is just overall very comfortable. So to fire, you actually pull this bolt back and forth. That feels pretty smooth. And it's 2-stage, so like a rough cut. You pull the trigger all the way, you get 2 shots, and then half and half will give you 1 and 2. Has 2 plunger tubes, which is really cool. I mean, that's pretty nice. And then here's 1 and 2. It looks really great. It feels sketchy though compared to the others. Not build quality. Build quality is fantastic. It feels like solid. But ergonomic wise, this one's not quite as great as the Flip 8 and the Flip 32. But we're gonna take it outside and put it over the chronograph. Okay, here we are with the 2021 Flip-16. I think it looks really great in the sun. I don't dislike this blaster. I've just off screen, I've been doing this a bit. It slaps into place, but there, see? It didn't quite hit the mark. The Flip 32 and the Flip 8 never have done that to me. But that was very janky. That flipped into place. That did not. That did. That did not. That did. So it's just very janky. You almost have to be a bit gentle with it. Like if I'm ginger with it, that's perfect. That'll fire. That's perfect. That's perfect. So if you're ginger with it, like it works. But the Flip 32 and the Flip 8, you can just like smack into place. I also want to point out the stock again. I said the build quality was great, and it is, but it's just the nature of this stock. The plastic's very solid, but these connection points, the hinge points, they're very wobbly. I wouldn't necessarily use this in its intended stock position. Let's get some chronograph numbers. I'll, of course, put the numbers on the screen. That's 70 FPS. That's 66. 70. 63. It seems like my right plunger tube might be hitting a little softer. 66, 59, 49, and 79 doesn't seem right for the bottom barrel. That one might have been an error. So this is more accurate to the nature of Smart AR systems. 72, 54, where the lower you get, it gets considerably weaker. And the Flip 8 really wasn't doing that to me. That's 55, 65, 53. I'll put 2 more over. Then put it on the top barrel just so we can get max. 72. That's an error. Okay, we'll let that slide. So I want to review this with context. I only paid roughly under $15 for this. I feel pretty happy with it. I mean, it is like a double rough cut. It's janky, as you've seen, but it is a double rough cut essentially that's bolt action. It's pretty cool, but compared to the Flip 32 and the Flip 8, I can't get behind it as much. It's ergonomically weird. I mean, fire's okay. Originally, this was a $45 blaster. No way should you ever pay that much for this. If you can find it for under 20, you could. Yes, I feel pretty happy with it, getting it for under 20. But I'm gonna give you an even better recommendation. If you want this flippy goofiness, if you have a Flip 8 and maybe you just want like something more elaborate than the Flip 8, I would just jump right to the Flip 32. And right now, I'll put the picture right here. You can get it for $21 on Target.com. This is under 15 bucks on Target.com currently. I would definitely recommend the Flip 32 over this because its flipping mechanism is more solid and smooth. It's also lever action and it holds double what this can hold. So I would say get a Flip 32. But if you really just, I don't know, like the folding stock or the bolt action, like this is not a bad blaster necessarily. It is janky, but it flips. Like I'm not having any catastrophic failures at all. Like some people early on reported like certain darts not firing out of certain sides. Mine's firing all the darts, functioning perfectly, but I'm just saying in perfect functionality, working as it's intended to work, I would still prefer the Flip 32. Not a bad blaster, but the Flip 32 is certainly better. That'll do it for today. Happy nerfing.